joining us as we celebrate the promotion of the 8th grade students here today. Washington State, class of 2019, we made it. As I sat down to write this speech, I began to ponder the significance of promotion. What is it that we are truly celebrating? This is an opportunity to reflect on our journey, to take a look back at all of the obstacles we have faced along the way to achieving ultimate success. We are also here to celebrate the present. All of the 8th graders here tonight are going through a rite of passage. We have weathered the middle school storm, and look at us now. We are moving on to a new and challenging future. We are standing proud on this day with our chins up and our heads held high. Thus far, we have reached our academic goals. This isn't the end, but rather a new beginning. This is also a time for us to dream a little. What does the future have in store? How will we navigate through high school? How will we, as young scholars, continue to impact our schools, community, and world? I think Dr. Maya Angelou said it best. The horizon leans forward, offering you space to place new steps of change. Washington State is the first graduating class to spend all 4 years of middle school on this campus. We're trailblazers. Along with most of my classmates, I started my SAC prep experience in the 5th grade. I was so nervous and anxious. I felt totally unprepared for the changes that lie ahead. Like no more recess. What 5th grader doesn't have recess? And I'll never forget how the first week of 5th grade homework nearly killed me. By the time 6th grade rolled around, I had a better handle on things. Still, a ton of homework, but I managed. So thank you, Miss Moore and Mr. Sippypon, because although you made me cry myself to sleep at times, no, seriously, you also taught me the importance of having organizational skills, especially time management. I cannot stress enough how much that will benefit me in high school and beyond. 7th grade began on a very different note. We had new teachers, Mr. Kruger and Ms. Duncan, and a newly elevated status. We were finally viewed as big kids. The 5th and 6th graders looked up to us. We were the first group to survive Miss Moore and Mr. Sippypon, so we were kind of legendary. Along with our new status came new responsibilities and greater expectations. See, that's the thing about SAC prep. We're always being pushed to new heights because the bar is always being raised. But that's also the thing about Washington State. We ascend to new heights to exceed expectations. Although I have many fond memories of my first 3 years here, this past year has been by far the most memorable. This year, Washington State finally reached the top of the food chain, and the difference in the treatment we received was noticeable. In addition to being treated as mature young adults, we also began to act as such. Drama over petty issues became a thing of the past, and as a whole, the class became much closer. We started to realize that we shouldn't sweat the small stuff because our time together was limited. Overall, the leap from 7th to 8th grade was a big one, but, as expected, Washington State rose to the challenge. We owe a debt of gratitude to our homeroom teacher, Mr. Kruger, who never lost faith in us. So thank you, Mr. Kruger. You will truly be missed. And Ms. Duncan, thank you for being there when we needed someone to talk to. Shout out to Mr. E. Those 1,000 miles you made us run will definitely prepare us for college and life. Miss Yang, thank you for always keeping us on our toes. Mr. H, thank you for being so generous to our class and making our trip to Washington State unforgettable. I'd also like to thank my parents for their love and support, and to my little brother, the coolest 4th grader I know. The middle school torch is officially passed to you, Jay. And finally, fellow Cougs, I leave you with this. Although we find ourselves at the bottom of the food chain again next year, with hard work and perseverance, we, like the phoenix, will rise again and ascend to greatness. Thank you.